My name is Krista Larson. I am the Director of Employee Wellbeing at Morgan Lewis, resident in our Boston office. I joined the firm in 2019. My background is in the field of positive psychology, which is the scientific study of well-being, looking at all things that help people to thrive and flourish in life. I earned my master's degree in applied positive psychology from the University of Pennsylvania back in 2018. And we use that science of well-being as the foundation of our ML-Well program, as we call it at Morgan Lewis, which is our well-being program for our lawyers and professional staff across our 31 global offices. One of the 5 domains that Morgan Lewis focuses on as part of our well-being efforts is emotional well-being. And in addition to a focus on combating mental health challenges, emotional well-being also has to do with the experience of positive emotions and achieving emotional balance. And this is important because the research shows that the experience of positive emotions is related to just a whole host of good life outcomes, everything from improved physical health to career success, improved personal relationships. So a whole host of good reasons to really be focusing on this component of emotional well-being. The challenge is that the research shows positive emotions, as beneficial as they are also actually quite fleeting. So a negative emotion tends to stick to us, while a positive emotion is more likely to bounce off. The weight of a negative emotion is much heavier than the lightness of a positive one. And what this means for us is that we need to be intentional about combating those heavy negative emotions with multiple positive emotions in order to achieve that emotional balance. That balance is what we in the field of positive psychology call the positivity ratio. And while the exact ratio or the number of positive emotions needed to outweigh a single negative emotion isn't known exactly. In fact, it's quite hotly debated in the literature. We do know that it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 positive emotions for every 1 negative emotion. And positive emotions are things like joy and awe, hope, even pride. And we can be thinking of these emotions as the levers we can pull in order to turn on positivity, gain control over our emotional balance, and ultimately experience more well-being. And today I thought it would be fun for us to focus specifically on the positive emotion of gratitude, or the act of simply noticing the good things in life around us. And that's because gratitude is often referred to as the mother of all positive emotions. It's shown to be exceptionally potent and long-lasting. And of course, it has the benefit of having a positive impact on both the giver and the receiver of the gratitude. Gratitude comes in a variety of formats, and anybody who's interested in imbuing their lives with more of this powerful positive emotion can consider a variety of really quite simple strategies and habits to just fold into their daily routine. So for example, you could make it a practice to have part of your dinner table conversation at night with your family be to share 3 good things that happened to you that day, or with your children, maybe as part of their bedtime routine, each person sharing 3 good things that happened to them during the day prior. If you're more of a person who likes to express themselves in written word, you might consider keeping a gratitude journal. So each day, or as regularly as possible, writing down 3 good things that happened to you that day, or 3 things that you're grateful for. The research shows that type of a practice can have really powerful effects over time. If you're more of a visual person or like to express yourself visually, consider doing a gratitude collage. Put together a collage of images and pictures of things that you're grateful for and represent your gratitude visually. Even a quick search of your iPhone's application store, your smartphone's application store will show just a wide variety of different apps that you can use to kind of have technology help you with a gratitude practice as well. So there's no one size fits all approach. I always encourage people to just try out some different strategies or practices, make gratitude a more consistent part of your day, and then adopt the strategy that works best for you as a unique individual. One way that we created a culture of gratitude at Morgan Lewis was with our gratitude card exchange program. This is something we did pre-pandemic or started pre-pandemic where, just understanding the science of gratitude and the power of gratitude, we made available in all of our offices these really nice sets of branded gratitude card stationery and encourage people to write a note of thanks to a Morgan Lewis colleague. And they had the option to either deliver that gratitude card in person or send it through inter-office mail, just trying to make it easy for people to be able to express this positive emotion to each other. And it was a gigantic success. We ran out of our initial batch of this gratitude card supplies in just the first few days as people from around the firm or around the world were rushing to take advantage of this opportunity to just thank each other and express that gratitude for all of the ways that we are a supportive community and supportive of each other. What I think is one of the coolest outcomes of this exercise is now anytime you would walk through a Morgan Lewis office, you'll see these gratitude cards. They're posted on people's walls or on their desks and just continue to be a visual reminder of this culture of gratitude that we've really helped promote with that exercise. It was so successful, in fact, that when the firm went to the remote work situation at the start of the pandemic, we adapted the exercise to be a virtual gratitude card exchange program. So now on the firm's well-being intranet portal, there is a feature where people can go and fill out a form that sends this really nicely branded, formatted gratitude card to somebody in the firm. And thousands of these virtual gratitude cards and the tangible gratitude cards have been sent to date, and it's an initiative that we definitely plan to continue into the future. Even though I've been talking so far about the individual practices and benefits of gratitude, we know that there's also a really positive impact on the individual receiving your gratitude. So just a reminder that even a little bit of genuine, well-timed gratitude can go a long way in the lives of others. So never miss an opportunity to say thanks. That's a great question. I have a lot of thoughts on that, actually. One that I'll start with is, I think the pandemic has really reinforced for me that there's no one size fits all solution when it comes to well-being. And I think a lot of firms and organizations were really realizing that early on in the pandemic situation, because while we were all going through this collective experience, we all had our own unique individual experiences within that, our own challenges with the effects of the pandemic, the remote work situation, remote schooling, and so on. So it's just a good reminder that any sort of well-being program or initiative in an organization needs to have variety and have flexibility within it so that people can engage with it at a level and in what ways make most sense for them as unique individuals. I think as we look ahead to post-pandemic life and the transition back to life, and particularly back to working in an office for those organizations that were remote over this past year, it's just going to be really important for everybody, but I think particularly leaders, to just keep in mind that human element, right? Like this transition is going to be something that takes time. It might be bumpy. It's going to take some grace and support to just sort of help people navigate getting settled back into a new routine, similar to how it took time and support and grace for us to get settled into the remote work environment. I think we just need to be sure that we're being thoughtful, that people probably are going to have, and understandably are going to have, some trepidation, maybe some anxiety around that transition. And I think the more that we can lead with emotional intelligence and, again, just keeping that human element front and center will help people to transition back into office work successfully and authentically.